Hi everyone, welcome. We'll get started in just a couple moments. Give everyone a second to join. Hi everyone, if you're just joining us, thank you so much, and we'll get going in just a minute or two. All right, hi everyone and welcome. My name is Sarah Kelly and I'm on the EIC education team. I just wanted to start out by thanking everyone for registering for EIC Advance and for joining today's attendee orientation. Before we get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that this orientation is being recorded and we'll be posting it to the Pathable platform at the conclusion of this meeting. So now I'd like to introduce Amy Calvert, the CEO of Events Industry Council, as well as Christina Thompson, who's the VP of Marketing and Events at Pathable. And I'll hand things over to Amy to get things kicked off today.
Thanks so much, Sarah. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the orientation and for participating in EIC Advance. EIC Advance is an inaugural event for our organization, and it really is about, as we've been saying, an opportunity to come together to inspire, elevate, and connect us at a time where being connected to one another and peer-to-peer learning opportunities for future development and adaptations and growth is just so important. So we were really excited to be able to work with so many thought leaders in the industry to put together a fantastic day of programming next week, and really thinking that now more than ever, these partnerships, these opportunities to connect and talk about those key issues and the things that we need to be thinking about as we work through what we're faced with COVID-19 is just something that we wanted to be able to put forth and champion on behalf of all of our members. EIC, being a global federation, is representative of the entire global business events ecosystem. And I really think that, the opportunity to come together next week, Wednesday through Friday, and participate in some of these sessions that really cross themes from the importance of global advocacy to those innovations and those techniques and those thinkings around what's next, to moments for recognition of leadership and the importance of the advancement of issues around sustainability and social impact and social justice. So again, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you and to welcome you personally, thank the team, and also to thank our partners in Pathable. We are an industry, I say this all the time, that is grounded in the spirit of partnership and collaboration, and we would not have been able to put together EIC Advance without the support of the team at Pathable. So it is my pleasure to turn it over to Christina Thompson, who will be able to share with you a few words as well. Enjoy the orientation and look forward to spending time with you next week. Christina?
Thanks, Amy. Welcome everybody to EIC Advance. We are so excited for our opportunity to partner with EIC on this, and we're just grateful that we're able to be a part of it. So I really just wanted to welcome you to the conference. I hope it's a great experience and that you enjoy not only the conference, but also the platform, and that you have just a great upcoming conference. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you so much, Christina and Amy. And as they both mentioned, this orientation today is really just to get people excited for EIC Advance and kind of let you know all the different ways that you can interact and kind of things you can look forward to during EIC Advance next week. So before I move on to the Pathable demo, I'm just going to go over a little bit of differences between the different session formats that we have at EIC Advance, including the difference between the breakout sessions and the campfire sessions. And we'll save some time at the end of today's orientation for some Q&A. So if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box within the Zoom toolbar, and we'll make sure to answer those questions at the end. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to let everyone know that there are some different session formats during EIC Advance. The first one is breakout sessions, and as Amy mentioned, these sessions will fall under a couple different education tracks, including the topics of innovation, wellness, leadership, sustainability, social impact, and crisis and risk management. And the style of these breakout sessions will be in a webinar format, so very much like the orientation that you're in today. All attendees' audio and camera will be disabled, but the presenters will be coming on to be kind of doing their presentations as well as interacting with you in the live Q&A box within the Pathable platform. So in just a few minutes, I'll be able to show you where that chat box is, and that will be your opportunity to send in questions to the presenters throughout the presentation that they'll be able to answer live, as well as, you know, kind of include, you know, interact with each other for discussion. And all of those breakout sessions will be closed captioned. Our second session type are Campfire Sessions, and these are right after our breakout sessions, and these are more meeting style, kind of like deep dive discussion conversations. And in these sessions, your audio and camera will be enabled. So much like Amy and myself, you'll be able to kind of interact directly with the live presenters and either unmute yourself and ask questions, or that Q&A chat box will also be enabled for you to participate that way as well. And during these Campfire Sessions, we'll have some wellness opportunities as well as some thought leader discussions. So if you haven't already had a chance to kind of log into Pathable and explore some of those session types, we encourage you to do so right after the conclusion of this orientation. So moving on, as you've probably noticed the past 7 months in this really virtual environment, it's very beneficial for you to kind of get your virtual settings set up. So a few things that we want you to keep in mind just kind of in preparation for EIC Advance is log in nice and early to Pathable if you haven't already, and set up your profile and agenda. So I'll demo that in a second, how you can complete your full profile. And at this point, everyone should have received an invitation from Pathable's platform, just inviting you to kind of set up your profile and log in and start exploring the agenda. So if you haven't had a chance to log in yet, feel free to do that so today. And if you do need kind of assistance with that invitation and getting access, feel free to drop it in the chat box or reach out to an EIC staff member and we can help you get access today. A second point I just want to bring up is, if you can, please use wired internet connection if possible, just so that when you're streaming all of these live sessions, you'll have the best connection possible. And then close out of all of your programs except for Pathable and Zoom, and this will just ensure that you have the best possible connection. If you do encounter any issues, feel free to contact an EIC staff member. We'll be in all of the breakout and Campfire sessions to assist you in the chat box. So feel free to just drop in if you're having trouble hearing or viewing a session. And I'll also be able to show you kind of a special feature that you can contact Pathable staff directly as well if you are experiencing any issues with the platform. And then finally, just want to make everyone aware right now that we know that there's a lot of things going on this next week, and that there's tons of content that's running concurrently. So we just want to draw your attention that all of the recordings will be available through March 31st, 2021 for you to view. So you'll be able to access Pathable's platform for the next few months to get in there and either go back to a session that you really enjoyed or be able to view other sessions that you might not be able to make live next week. And as well as some of the other great interactive features of Pathable's platform, you'll be able to continue accessing and connecting with folks through the new year. So moving on, I'm going to stop sharing my screen in just a moment to actually demo the Pathable website and take you through all the great features there. But I just have on my screen right now a little screenshot of what that invitation from Pathable system looks like. And that's kind of the invitation that allows you access to the actual Pathable platform. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen right now. And if there are any questions in the chat box, I'm joined by my colleague, Zach Lambert. So Zach, if there are any questions that have come through, we can take a second to answer those now as well.
Sarah, we just had one question about how long these sessions will be made available, but you did address that, and I do want to reinforce that all attendees can access all the breakouts and campfires passively until the end of March 2021.
Great, thanks, Zach. Okay, so now we'll move on to the actual Pathable demo. So if you're seeing my screen, when you click on that invitation that I just showed you on that slideshow, it will start out by encouraging you to edit your profile. So finish setting up your profile. You can see right here on my profile that I've entered in my headshot, and there's also an opportunity to add in your title and position. Under here, you can add in about me, so a short bio about yourself, and then tag. We've provided some tags that if any of these pertain to you, you can add those to your profile, as well as select your preferred pronouns. And we just ask that you kind of complete the fullest profile that you can, because this is a way that people will be able to look you up, which I'll demonstrate in just a moment, as well as an opportunity for people to kind of learn more about you before they connect. And we just want to make sure that once you kind of fill this out, that you hit that blue save button at the bottom of the page to make sure you capture that. And in addition to accessing your profile from that invitation, you can also go directly to account and then edit my profile, and that's how you can access that as well. Okay, so going on to the home screen. So when you first enter into the Pathable platform, you'll see this kind of home screen. You can see some of our keynote speakers here, and also get some quick links to the schedule, our speakers, and the partner exhibit hall. And pretty soon this orientation video will be posted here if you would like to view it later as well. Moving on to our scheduling tab. So in order to access the agenda, you can hit schedule and then navigate to the agenda here. And under the agenda, you can see the program layout by day. So you can click through to see all of the sessions happening on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. And I just wanted to call your attention that you can kind of see the calendar view in a couple different ways by navigating over here. And if you prefer, you can see the calendar layout like so, where you can get a better idea of what sessions are running currently. And if I go back to list view, and there might be a session that I'm looking for specifically from the program, there is this search feature in the upper right-hand corner where maybe I want to look for a CMP Campfire session. I can just type it in that search box, or maybe a specific speaker, and it will come up all of the sessions that have that term in there. So say I want to attend the CMP Campfire happening on Wednesday. I simply just go to this little blue check mark in the right-hand corner of the session, and I can actually click that and add that to my agenda right now. So if I go into this session by just clicking on it, it'll expand to show all of the details, and it shows that I've added it to my agenda. I can see some of the speakers that are presenting here, a short description and learning objectives. And on all of the sessions, when you click into them, they'll have this nice countdown clock to show when the session is starting. You can see right now that the live meeting hasn't started yet, but on the day of, that's where you'll go in to click on a session to join, and it should be blinking green, join live session. And right here, you can see the chat box, and that is where you'll be entering in any questions or communicating with staff members. And for some of our sessions, they may have an interactive poll question that you can participate in, as well as some files to download or access that some of our presenters have provided. And if I go back to the agenda, I just wanted to call everyone's attention as well to a nice feature within the speaker selection. So if I wanted to go into a specific session, for example, and click on a certain speaker, I can see that they're a presenter, a speaker, a moderator, and then I also have a nice opportunity to connect with specific people. So if I wanted to connect with Karina, for example, I could send a direct message here or schedule a meeting with her as well. And another way to kind of connect with people and access that feature is by going under people. I can see all of the speakers here and have that search feature here as well as under attendees. And I can show a practice right now. If, for example, I wanted to look up Mark's name and click on Mark Cooper, for example, it looks like Mark has filled out his whole profile, which is great. And I can see right here as well under his profile that he's on a couple sessions on Wednesday as well as on Thursday. And under this scheduling meeting tab, you can see right here by just advancing there that I can click continue, and it actually is a really nice feature to show the whole calendar of when Mark is available. So I can see on my calendar some of the sessions I've added to my agenda, as well as where Mark is busy. And then you can click a time and request that here. Next, we'll move on to kind of our partner exhibits. And this is where you'll be able to connect with all of the partners at EIC Advance. And you can see the list here by just scrolling down and then enter into their booth, similar to the sessions, by just clicking on their booth. So if I navigate into Pathables, for example, I can see some of the different materials that they've posted, as well as the ability to connect with some of their representatives by just clicking on Amanda's name, for example, and then sending her a direct message or scheduling a meeting there. Great. And then moving on to our game tab. So this is kind of another fun feature of EIC Advance that's a way for you to engage with the platform more. And it's a gamification feature that assigns different points for completing different tasks within Pathable. So you can see over here under some of the activities, adding your profile photo is 100 points, requesting info from partners, or downloading specific files accrues different points. And our leaderboard here shows that a lot of you have already actually entered into the platform, and you can see some of our leaders here. And at the end of EIC Advance, some of our top leaders will be entered into a raffle to win a prize. So this is just another fun way to kind of engage with the platform. Under our help tab, I just want to call everyone's attention that there is a way to get direct support from Pathable if you are encountering an issue with the platform, and that's you can just enter in your name and enter in a quick note, and someone from the Pathable team will be able to assist you as well. Under the help tab as well, there's an attendee FAQ, so we recommend just kind of reading through that as well before the EIC event starts, and taking a look at the code of conduct as well. And those are just general guidelines for how we want everyone to engage during the virtual event. And the last feature I just kind of wanted to call everyone's attention to is this little bell in the upper right-hand corner. And under there, you can see some of these push notifications that we might be sending out throughout the event as well. And so that's kind of, if you see a couple things, a couple notifications there, you may be receiving a direct message from someone or an announcement from the EIC team. And that kind of brings together everything within the EIC Pathable website. But I just wanted to mention within the agenda before we move into Q&A that there are 30-minute breaks between some of our sessions, between some of the breakouts and campfire sessions. And these are intentional times for you to be able to schedule meetings and connect and recharge between sessions. So we really wanted to create those intentional gaps between session times for you to either connect with some of our partners at EIC Advance or connect with a presenter that maybe you found their session really engaging, have some follow-up questions for them, and connect with other attendees through the event. So that kind of brings us through the entire demo, and I'll now stop sharing my screen and invite some Q&A that may have come in.
Thank you, Sarah. We do have a couple questions coming in, and the first one is the communication only in Pathable, or will people have our contact information?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I believe that a lot of the communication that is a direct message will come through the Pathable platform, but if you do enter in some contact information within your profile, I believe that you can share that as well.
Correct. So yeah, no personal information will be available through Pathable, but once you connect, you can always exchange personal contact information. Let's see, next question. If you schedule a meeting with someone through the platform, where do you conduct the meeting? Is it on Pathable site, or do you connect on your own at that time? And I can just jump in, and you will actually connect on the Pathable sites, and as you connect, you'll get your own personal Zoom room to communicate with fellow attendees or speakers. So there's no additional setup outside of the Pathable platform. Okay. Looks like another question here is, in order to earn new CMP credits from advanced to existing credits, must I list the exact same email address and Pathable profile? For example, I registered for advanced with my Hotmail email, but would prefer my advanced profile displays my Gmail. Yes, we would we would suggest that you change that email address so we can track that a little bit more accurately. And then, Erica, we see your questions about claiming your points, and we will go in on the back end to make sure you get those points for your profile picture.
Looks like there's another question that came in around, will the calendar automatically update to your local time zone? Yes, so if you saw my agenda, it's in Central Time Zone, but it should automatically adjust to whatever time zone you are in. Looks like we've answered all of the other questions that have come in. Zach, is there anything else that you've seen?
There was another question. Will all speaker sessions take place in Pathable, or are they going to take place in Zoom like this webinar? We do want to make it clear that the sessions, the education sessions, the breakouts, and the campfires will take place in a Zoom space like this. So we would ask and suggest that all attendees make sure that they have Zoom availability and download the newest or update their Zoom apps on their desktops. And if you are unable to download that onto your computer, that is okay, because the platform can stream the meeting as well, so you will not need to actually download it.
Good question. We got another question asking, is EIC Advanced best viewed on a laptop, a mobile device, an iPad, etc.? So we do recommend, just because the Zoom platform within your desktop is probably the best, given that you can interact on Zoom and then also have the chat box pulled up at the same time within the platform. But for some of our sessions, they are the presenters are asking for them to be more interactive, so you can have the option to join from your phone for those ones to make it more of like a walk and listen type session. Another question came in saying, are we going to receive a Zoom link for each session via email? So no, so all of the links will automatically be embedded within each session page. So when you go to join a session, you can just navigate to that session within your agenda, and then there should be a button that says join the live session, and you can either join it within the embedded view of the page, or you can actually open it up to kind of a Zoom window like the one you're viewing now. So it gives you two options, and we always recommend, if one of them is, you know, you're having trouble connecting, just open it up to Zoom view and it should refresh the page and allow you to join. Zach, do you want to answer the question around claiming CEU credits?
Yeah, sure. We did get a question, how will we claim CEU credits? And they will be given credits after they attend and view the sessions in post-conference.
Great. We'll give everyone another minute or two to answer any questions. And then again, you can always, once you log into Pathable, if you do have any other further questions and go through the attendee view, you can look up some of EIC staff members and ask a question directly through the Pathable platform as well to get some practice there. And we're happy to assist you with any other questions that may come up during the live event as well. Okay, so we had another question come in around credits. So promotion indicated that you can complete 25 credits, but if you attend one session per time block, it won't reach 25. How do we reach that? So that's a great question, Julie, and you can receive credit from watching some of those replays. So all of our sessions will be recorded, and those recordings will go up pretty immediately after the conclusion of a session. So you can still earn credits from watching some of those replays. No problem. So these are a lot of good questions, and I think that unless we don't have anything else, I'll go ahead and wrap up by just thanking everyone again for registering for EIC Advance. Really glad that you could come in early and join and listen to all the ways that you can interact with each other throughout next week. We're really excited that with the program that's come together, and to be able to see all of your virtual faces soon. And I just wanted to thank Amy and Pathable again, and of course, Zach, for joining me today, and hope that you all have a great rest of your day from wherever you're joining us, and look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks, everyone.